Hello and welcome to A Healthy Cleveland. I'm Dana Clark, and thank you for joining us. I want to start off tonight with a quick story. I ran into a friend this week who is a surgeon at the Cleveland Clinic. And I hadn't seen him for a while, and he came up to me and says, "Hey Dana, you've lost some weight. Wait, what are you doing?" And I said, "Well, I've been eating right." And he says, so I ended up telling him the story about, my back problem and the prescriptions that were prescribed to me. And he goes, that one will give you kidney failure, that one will give you diabetes, and the last one can make you depressed. And he was talking about steroids, naproxen, and the muscle relaxers that were given to me. So, I couldn't believe that I was hearing this from a doctor. And then he says to me, "I prescribe drugs every day that kill people." He goes, "I have patients that come in and are on 14 different prescriptions and tell me that they're feeling terrible. And I tell them, get off half the prescriptions. Sometimes they need to get off all of them and change their diet and start eating right." I could not believe my ears. I couldn't believe that I was hearing this from a Cleveland Clinic surgeon. It was very inspiring. It is true. A healthy consciousness is sweeping Cleveland, even for those that have to prescribe drugs for some serious illnesses to save people's lives. Last week I mentioned with Tommy, when we were doing our smoothie, he was asking me about the kale, and I wasn't really prepared. I knew kale was good for you, and I knew it had a lot of calcium. So there's a website I recommend. I looked at a lot of different ones. They're all pretty consistent as far as the statistics are concerned, but this is great. A cup of kale, by the way, called the Queen of Greens. A cup of kale is 36 calories, 5 grams of fiber, 15% of a daily value of calcium, and vitamin B6. It also has 40% magnesium, 180% vitamin A, 200% of vitamin C, and 1,020% of vitamin K. So now I got to do some research and make sure I know what all those vitamins do for me. But all I know is that it's good. And I've been doing kale with other vegetables and fruits for a long time now. The great thing about it is you can blend it all with really anything. It kind of has a neutral taste when you don't eat it by yourself. The other flavors overpower the kale. So it's really good for you. It fills you up. It's got a good consistency, and it's very, very, very healthy. By the way, if you go to our website, ahealthycleveland.com, click on the raw food link to get your own Vitamix shipped for free. I highly recommend the Vitamix. It's a great way to keep all your nutrients right there. You don't cook anything out. You eat your food raw. A raw food-based diet is a great way to live healthy and feel great. Tonight, I would also like to share with you another part of the healthy consciousness of Cleveland. Chris, if we could real quick just go to the screen here. I want to share an album that was just released by a gentleman named John Phobes. This was a documentary that is on PBS. It was released by the Plain Dealer. And John Phobes, the documentary was about the West Side Market. John Phobes created this album. He did all of the music, all of the instruments, and all of the vocals. It is really a unique treat from musicians in Cleveland, and it's got a great story to go along with it. The West Side Market is a fabulous place to pick up all your fruits and veggies. So I hope you can check that out. His website is phobes.net, and there's also a link to the actual PBS show as well. So we can get off of that, and we'll come back to that later. Tonight, my guest is the beautiful, we call her Queen Diana, or Queen of Cleveland. All right, we're celebrating the release of her first full-length CD. And Diana, thank you for joining us tonight. We're so glad to have you here.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm very happy to be here.
Awesome. So you look great.
Thank you. So
by
do
the way.
you. You
Well,
have
thanks.
lost weight. And
I
you
have to
look
work
awesome.
on it a lot harder than you.
I wouldn't say that.
I got a
You never
feeling.
know.
So, you know, we're going to dive right in. I want to know
Yeah.
about this album. The cover surprised me. I just dropped it. The cover really surprised me.
Right.
And, you know, and when I looked at it, I'm thinking, good girl, bad girl, she's covering up, she's nude, and I'm thinking, wow, is this just to sell albums, or is there really something behind it?
I mean, there's a lot more behind it. First of all, the biggest thing with this CD is that the music is, I'm totally exposing myself on it. So this is like a very open, kind of vulnerable when you have that much information coming out there. So it's very personal. I have everything I've talked about from the way that I grew up and some of the relationships that I've had, and also being out in my sexuality for the first time. It's on record. So I wanted to somehow indicate that of exposing yourself and feeling kind of, and trying to hide at the same time. And I wanted to put that into artwork as much as possible. So that was what started the idea. And I met with a photographer actually from Mansfield, Ohio, and this guy is just amazing. He is able to capture personalities through a camera like I've never seen before. So we tried a couple different things with lighting, and finally I said, let's just go all out. I want to put as much of me on there as possible, just a little bit of shielding, so I look covered.
So are the songs for your partner?
Actually, the songs range over a little period of time. So everything from some ex-partners in there. I have songs like Thursday, which is a code name for an ex-girlfriend at one point, and the song You, which talks about after a breakup had occurred and what I was going through from that person leaving, and then yeah, some of the current relationships that I have right now.
Right on. It sounds very personal. You know,
Yes.
I can relate to, as a musician, you share things in your music that sometimes people can't see on the surface. And there's a deeper meaning, you know, that falls underneath. And how long have you been writing?
I started writing probably as soon as I picked up the guitar for the first time. So I've been probably 14 years. And when it got serious, my writing really started to take form when I was in college. I was an English major, so I was constantly working with different word play and reading different poets and how to express an emotion as clearly and as uniquely as possible. And when I started playing out and taking an identity as a musician, especially in the Cleveland scene, I had to pay close attention to the stories that I was telling. And so musically, I think as a writer, yeah, I actually just celebrated my 28th birthday back on June 18th. So since I was about 21, I've been very serious about this.
Excellent. Well, happy birthday.
Well, thank you. Thanks.
Now, when you've played, you play all original music.
Yes.
Sometimes you play covers?
Yes. I mean, you know, you want to keep people happy, first of all. But there are a lot of artists out there that I like their music, and I like putting my own spin on it. You know, everything from Ani DeFranco to Tom Waits. Even I have a couple of his songs that I throw out there just to have, you know, you always want to appeal to people, and sometimes showing who your influences are the best way to communicate with somebody. And it's funny because then they can attach a little, they grasp it better, I think. Oh, you listen to so-and-so, so you probably have this point of view on your music or this approach to it. It just is a better way of communicating sometimes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now, you're not from Cleveland, so you're not rooted here.
Originally, no. Originally, I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Uh-oh. Browns fans are not going to like that.
Can we continue here? Right, but I moved here about 5 years ago, and you know, if you read the bio that I have online, I like to say I was born and raised in Pennsylvania, but musically I was raised in Cleveland because this is where I teamed up with working musicians and learned how to do the job effectively.
This is where you're making a name for yourself.
Yes, oh, by far. I mean, I've done the most work here. Pittsburgh is a great city for playing, and they have a lot of opportunities, especially for indie artists. But sometimes getting started is a little bit of a struggle to find some of the open mics that are out there. And with Cleveland, I think they embrace the newness and the emerging artists, and there's a support group there that helps it evolve.
I'm curious, you know, musically and performing-wise, how does your music and your lifestyle, you feel, fit in the community?
Well, I do feel that I bring something a little different, and there's a strong blues community here, and I see like a lot of jam nights and things like that, whereas these musicians can just get up there and they can do their thing, and they're intense, you know. One of the things that I feel I offer as a songwriter is not just the personal stories that I tell, but because, you know, having a strong lesbian background, that's something that's you don't see as frequently in this community, and I think that just adding a little different flavor can, you know, it gets some attention, and it can also reach out to some groups that might have distanced themselves from, you know, just because they're not musicians, but they can still relate to music, and tying that community together.
Now, you've been invited to play at charity events.
Yes.
And I know you've played the relay.
Yes, last Friday.
Relay for Life?
Relay for Life came back to Lakewood, which was the first time in a couple years, and so I was there with a couple other bands, and it's a great event. You know, they walk or run this track for 24 hours straight, and you just have music going all night. And
wow.
yeah,
so is it the
really
kind of thing
cool.
where you're on the corner and they pass you every so often? Or?
Right. Well, this was
Okay.
at the Ranger Stadium in Lakewood, so we're right in the middle, right on the football field, and the track was going around, and so as people would walk by, they'd clap. You know, but
Excellent.
the speakers are all over the stadium, so you're heard the entire time. Really cool.
And you've also done Breastfest, which is a popular one. I
Yes.
think that's been around for a decade now.
You know, that was kind of my introduction to how powerful music could be as far as delivering a message and being involved with some of these benefits. Because Breastfest came together, and it's a lot of musicians. They did their this will be their 12th year this year. Last year when I was involved was 11, and it brings a great awareness because people will go there because of the music and the environment. And while you're there, you realize how many cancer survivors are there and how many people are dealing with it directly in their families. And just by being a player and being able to stand up on the stage and sing and perform and maybe offer a song of some inspiration, you know, you can really serve a purpose there. So I think
Wow. You know, it's funny. It's you obviously look good. Do you exercise?
I do. Yeah.
Like how many times a week?
Oh boy. For me, I'm more into the swimming right now. That it's that time of year. So swimming, push-ups, sit-ups occasionally, you know, that kind of thing. As far as my routine, I will try to do it every day if possible. If possible.
Do you do it by yourself, or do you get?
I have a girlfriend, a live-in girlfriend, and
Awesome.
yeah. So
Now
she
she's your
never-
manager
She
as
is.
well.
She is. I don't recommend that for everybody, but for us it does work.
It works for you.
It does.
Well, she's amazing. I love the little card with the Q code on it, which is really,
Yeah,
really
this
cool. It's a great way to promote yourself.
Thank you.
All artists need to have somebody that's putting this kind of stuff together for them. Was this your idea or hers?
It was both.
Really neat.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we'll lay in bed at night together and talk about ideas. That's sexy, isn't it?
Oh, I'm visualizing. Anyway,
Yeah.
so, you know, as far as using technology, you
Mm-hmm.
know, for musicians, is there any, I mean, the Q code's cool. Are there any other technologies that you use as far as getting
Right.
your name out there? Or?
Yeah, one that's really cool, I mean, for musicians specifically, Bandcamp. It's bandcamp.com that we go on, but what it allows you to do is give away a free download. And you know, our music is on iTunes, Amazon, Pandora, all the major ones, Spotify even now. But what's cool with Bandcamp that I like the most is it will link with your Facebook, with all of your social networking. So with this particular card that we give away, when you zap that QR code, it will take you right to the free download, and it allows you as an artist to get email addresses. It gives you all your analytics so you can see who's listening and who is sharing it. You know, all the options are right there. They can post it to their Facebook. It's super simple.
So
It's kind of a hidden one. You know, everybody knows about Facebook. Everybody knows about
Sure.
Reverb Nation. Bandcamp's just a next step.
You know, web presence, having a well-rounded web presence for a musician is crucial. So, folks, you can go to school if you're promoting yourself, and this is a great way to do it. Put all of your, you know, everywhere you're represented on one
Yeah.
little card, and it's on your website. What's
Right.
your website?
It's my first and last name, DianaChittester.com. But to make it a little easier, DianaPlaysGuitar.com will take you right to it.
Ah, DianaPlaysGuitar.com.
Right? Yeah. 2 domains.
Very cool. Great idea.
Another
another great idea. So, what about your diet? I mean, obviously, exercise is important, and I also want to know, what is your routine like as far as eating?
It's recently changed, as kind of how you're talking about. I think what first brought our awareness to it was we learned about. There's a particular restaurant that I go to that I really like, where they have grass-fed beef. So their hamburgers and everything, and it's all grass-fed. So we finally asked the question, well, I didn't want to sound dumb here, but I thought all cows ate grass. It was
right.
just right. So one of the things that we learned about was that, well, no, some cows are fed corn, but they don't like corn, so they're injected with chemicals that will make them hungry, so that they'll eat it, and then we're passed on those chemicals when we eat the meat. So.
Sure.
The first thing that we did is we started looking into organic food, but we took it a step further and learning that organic is actually a title that can be bought by some of the big companies that you see out there. So you can, just because it says organic, honestly doesn't even mean that it is organic. So to take it a step further, we started really focusing, especially this time of year, there's so many farmers markets out there, buying local so you can talk to the people who are selling you your food, and you know where it's coming from and you know exactly what you're putting in your body.
That's great. Wow.
Yeah.
So, do you feel like it gives you different energy or more energy? Or?
Yeah, especially on stage. I notice if I'm not eating right, I feel it within the first 15 minutes. When I perform, I try to be energetic and I try to give it all I've got. And it's just like if you're going to go out and run as an athlete, or if you're going to go swimming. If you don't have the energy in you and there's nothing to keep you going, you're going to run out soon. When I'm on stage, I notice it if I'm not eating correctly.
You have a lot of energy on stage, and I've seen you live, and I've seen the videos. Some of the videos I've seen actually were explosive compared to some of the live performances I've seen. So it seems like you were on and off, or you changed, or maybe you were just kind of figuring out what you do, or maybe you feel different on different nights.
Yeah, and sometimes, if I'm hanging out at a bar some nights and people are drinking, just having a good time, I might not be right in your face. But if I'm on stage and at a venue, like I just had a release show at the Chittester, and I came up from the back of the room and I was all around on the stage because people were there for a show. So, you have to read your audience, but... Yeah.
For the musicians, I want to know, how did your playing style develop? Where'd it come from?
I joke around that it came from the bars. I started learning from Joni Mitchell and from Ani DeFranco. I learned a lot about open tunings, and that changed my sound a lot because I could do a big sound and I could replace a band as best as possible. So if I wanted kind of the thumping noise that a drummer would offer, I could pound on the guitar, or just finger picking, giving a lead while hitting the bass lines. And I think that when I started playing out and playing some of these bars and playing some of these open mics, you learn quickly that if you want to keep attention, especially in a loud room, you got to give it all you got. And so I had to learn some new techniques, and it really developed just from playing out and spending time alone and experimenting with sounds.
Good. So you don't proclaim it solely on being the love child of Ani DeFranco and...
Right.
Who?
What do we say? Alanis Morissette?
Okay.
I think it's Ani. For a while, I was describing my sound as love child between Ani DeFranco and Jewel, that was raised by Alanis Morissette, or something like that. Right. We had, you got to help people understand your sound before they hear you, so they listen.
So you have a goal. Number
Yes.
one, sell CDs.
Right. Well, I started
and play often.
Yes, right. We're trying to tour. We're focusing regionally right now, and I love Cleveland. I will play Cleveland any night of the week. But what happens is you play too frequently. I mean, if your favorite band comes to town, you're only going to go see them so many nights a week. So
Sure.
We wanted to expand and try some new areas and get as much of the country under our belt before we have to retire.
So you're traveling more often?
Traveling, yes.
Great.
Yeah, we have some exciting things. Buffalo, playing at Nietzsche's for the first time, which is kind of a iconic music place in Buffalo, New York.
Franco played there.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
right. one of the places that she started, actually.
Right on.
So,
She's from there,
and you were
yeah.
in Buffalo for a while.
Yes,
So you know the
I
place?
met her and her husband there, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Great folks.
I know.
Awesome. Well, I want to share a video.
Okay.
Okay. And we're going to come back after the video, and we're going to have a quick break, and then you're going to perform for us.
Yes.
Okay. And are you going to play some stuff off the album?
Yes, absolutely.
Now, if I want to get the album, I go to dianaplaysguitar.com, and that'll take me to anywhere I would buy it.
Yes.
How much is it?
$15, but we'll take care of the shipping for you. So you just go on there, and we got you taken care of.
Beautiful.
You get a cool CD with all the artwork, and yeah.
Any gigs coming up soon?
Yes, we are actually heading to the Cellar tomorrow night, which is in, Saturday night, which is in Youngstown. And I'll be playing with Joe Vitelli Jr., who's the son of Joe Vitelli.
Very cool.
And opening for Donnie Iris at the same location, and that's in July.
Awesome.
And then I'll be at your Burning River Festival on July 22nd.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
We'll make sure we post all the dates on the website and share the
Cool.
links to your website on A Healthy
Thank you.
Cleveland. So let's watch a little bit of Diana here, and here we go. You got it switched over, Chris? You're the man.
Taking place between a patient and a flip chart files of blood-filled vials, with a decision of whether on our life is really worth a second chance. Having all the complications and the questions that don't have any answers. The goddamn doctors are standing with the woman's life, they're acting like there's nothing left but death. Cemetery with the scary thought of a heart failing, a willpower bailing, before I have my opportunity to enter in my final plea. I'm sitting in this chair with nothing here except for fear and hoping she is lying, politely complying to ultimately defeat any decree that the baby try to give. 'Cause I know the simple things on the ways, good things on this ain't no alternative. And the family stands fighting, completely denying the consequences, taking chances in the end could maybe only bring. As I hear a voice saying, I give up now, I'm quitting. So let's all play pretend and then let's all go home with the healing begins. And I know the simple things are the ways, good things although this ain't no alternative. greet death at your door, or have that option of crossing over the threshold or entering into then no return. World, no, so I know several things on the ways, no good things on others ain't no alternative. I know several things aren't always good things on others ain't no alternative. Taking place between the patients and the flip chart files of blood-filled vials with a decision of whether or not life is worth a second chance. As I hear of all the mistakes with the life that's at stake and the chances they'll take, and I'm wondering if really we're lying, just waiting for the end. Thank you.
Supplement Studio. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network.
MSC Radio Network weather is brought to you by NeoWeather and NeoWeather.com, Ohio's home for weather. Well, it sure is a hot one out there today. Temperatures have made it to 90 and look to continue a little past that through about 5 p.m. Then we'll start to gradually cool down, but it will remain warm and humid with partly cloudy skies overnight tonight and a balmy low of 73 degrees. Thursday will be all hot and humid as well, as highs once again go above 90 degrees. I think we'll make it about 92, maybe 93. We'll have the chance of a few late afternoon and evening thunderstorms as a cold front moves through the region later in the evening. We'll have to keep an eye on this as a few storms could become strong. We'll cool down for Friday into the lower 80s, which is still above the average, with partly cloudy skies, and remain in the lower 80s through the weekend, which is shaping up to be pretty nice and pretty dry, but we sure could use some rain. From the MSC Radio Network and NeoWeather.com, I'm forecaster Mark Spencer.
If you live the lifestyle, then you should arrive in style. Lifestyle Limousine Service. Whether it's dinner for two, an evening at the winery, or a night out on the town, Lifestyle Limousine provides extraordinary service. Check them out on the web, lifestylelimousineservice.com. Reserve your ride now. 330-903-0508. 330-903-0508. Lifestyle Limousine Service. And make sure you tell them Morning Show Central Radio Network sent you. Cocaine Energy Supplement. Due to great consumer demand, Redux Beverages has officially announced the return of its world-famous Cocaine Energy Supplement. It's now available at retail locations across the country, as well as online at ReduxDirect.com. That's ReduxDirect.com. Don't forget to be part of the all-new Cocaine Energy Supplement social network, where you can meet other Cocaine Energy Supplement fans from around the world. Cocaine Energy Supplement. You can become a member. You can become a member by logging on to lovecocaine.com. P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Jumping from one web host to another can be frustrating. Finding a good web host can be unnerving for even the most experienced of web designers. That's why Uncensored Net Noise has chosen P99 Technologies as its web hosting supplier. Established in 1999, P99 Technologies has evolved into a first-class web hosting provider. Its 99.9% uptime rivals many in the industry. That's why they offer their 30-day guarantee, no questions asked. For more information, go to P99.com. P99 Technologies will help you get started with your web presence with honest and expert customer service. P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Rise above the clutter, brand your identity, and make a statement. Broken Fan Media. Expert video production, television and web commercials, music video, real estate tours, live concerts and events, state-of-the-art post-production, video and audio editing. Check us out on the web at brokenfanmedia.com. 434-944-0472. Broken Fan Media. The next generation of sight and sound.
If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. MorningShowCentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to GuitarCenter.com.
You're listening to MSC Radio Network, and like anything else on the internet, it runs on computers. Lots of computers. And you know, when you're dealing with computers, hard drives sometimes crash. That happened here at MSC, and you know what saved them? Rectify backup software. Don't believe us? Well, ask yourself this question. Are you backed up? Probably not. So don't be that guy and wait till it's too late. MSC did their research and tried tons of different backup programs and chose Rectify backup software. You know, peace of mind is priceless, and Rectify can give you and your computer system that peace of mind. Find out more at rectify.com. That's RECTIPHY.com.
Having problems with your home computer or business PC? Looking to have some upgrade work completed on your computer? Have a special project in mind that may be too much for you to undertake alone? Time to call
Joe the Printer Guy!
Joe the Printer Guy offers a full-service hardware and software repair center at his facility to handle your PC, server, and networking needs. Let their professional service staff handle your computer needs. They offer expert service at an affordable price. Visit Joe the Printer Guy at 14035 Madison Avenue, Lakewood, Ohio. Online, joetheprinterguy.com, or give him a call at 216-651-3880. Joe the Printer Guy.
Looking for reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits, a 99.5% uptime guarantee, and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now. User-friendly and ready to serve. MorningShowCentral.com.
I'm glad you go out there and support, you know, not only what you're doing, obviously, but you really got to support what other people are doing when you do that as well. You know, and what do you get when you go out to a jam night? You get some self-gratification. Okay, well, now on the west side, we've got a really cool promo going, and it's your local jam nights that are run all over from Cleveland all the way as far as Lorraine. The hosts have coupons for all the players from Guitar Center, so when you go to a jam night and you play, you get a coupon, so next time you need some strings or anything else, you can get another 10% off discount from Guitar Center. This is pretty cool. Also, this week, if you can, come out to Guitar Center and check out the regional, the district finals for the Battle of the Blues competition. Phenomenal guitar players out there to win a huge, huge cash prize, a bunch of gear, chance to record, a lot of cool stuff. So come out and support these guys. They're coming actually from our part of town, the east side of Cleveland, Akron, Columbus, Buffalo, Syracuse, Rochester. So these guys are the best of the best in this region, or in this district, whatever you call it. And we'll go to the regional finals, whoever wins this. So to battle for the big prize. Diana, I wanted to ask you, what's the first song you wanted to play?
First I want to do is a song called The Weather.
The Weather.
Yes.
How long ago did you write it?
Oh boy, this one's a little bit older. This one actually I wrote it in college. I had a college professor that had kind of got me back on track a little bit, and she used to talk about being on a tightrope, and that's actually a line right out of the song.
Right on. Well,
Yeah.
take it away, Diane.
All right, thank you.
I used to sing about the weather, like whether or not the sun's gonna shine. Oh, lately some themes have gone too deep for the ignorant to grasp or define. I'm standing now waiting, anticipating that day I can see, solve, explaining. Until then I'm feeling somewhat envious of all of those who say I'm still up from a long, long ride home. That starting point from which I've gone running from the confrontations with the conversations, dealing with my plans for future destinations. So stand back, I'm waiting, anticipating that day I can see, solve, explaining. Until then I'm feeling somewhat envious of all of those who say I walk along that tightrope, and I sway with every wind it blow, and I bend and balance so when I reach the other side, I know that when I come back down, and when I come back down, I still have me. I own. Well, the weather says me what I'll do. What challenges I will seek or see through. Will I stay or will I run? Will I continue to act, play, have fun? Stand back, I'm waiting, anticipating that day I can cease all explaining. Till then I'll be
Right. I loved it. You know, I love the guitar melodies that you do with the open tunings.
Thank you very
That's
much.
awesome. You know, and you know what? It really struck me when I was watching you earlier today on YouTube. I was like, man, this chick is like the Jimi Hendrix of female guitarists on the acoustic guitar. There was some stuff that you were doing that really seemed innovative. Do you use? You don't use the open tunings all the time,
No, not all the time.
right?
Yeah,
and but it's obviously you play some different styles. That was very cool. You ever do any slide?
That's actually how I got into open tunings, but
Gotcha.
I'm still working on that.
So the next song you want to play is actually the first title on the new album. By the way, we are celebrating not only the first release of Diana's first full-length album, but her 28th birthday as well. So thanks again for being here. Fire is the first title on her new album, In This Skin, which we discussed a little bit about that
That's right.
earlier. I liked it. So
just listening to that.
Fire, what's it about?
Oh boy, we got some drugs and sex. Yeah.
Fire.
Getting over a cold.
Primitive
See?
man could not have lived without fire. That's obviously the first of the elements I think that we discovered
You think that's
as
it?
humans.
Yeah. All right, here. I can do this. Let me rehydrate for a second.
All right, y'all tuned up and
All
ready?
tuned up. So this is a song that's I had a relationship with somebody that was going through a little experimental phase with some substances. So this is about watching it, seeing where it's going.
We do not recommend this at home.
Not at all.
Diana, let's hear it.
Something's wrong and the fire's gone out tonight, but I'm waiting on a pathway of destruction to find what she's burned into. I'm tarnished by her ashes she passes along to a keeper to remind her how fierce and how strong she can burn into. If she spirals, I follow down to the dark when I don't want us to be. There's nothing I can do. She's been dwindling down, thought our flame went out. Now I'm waiting for combustion, this bomb to kapow. That will bring her right back into. I hear screaming, please hurry and bring me the water, I'm burning alive. There's nothing I can do. This fire's burning you, baby. I pray God's not hard to find. Hold on to me, baby. Say, I'm scared now, 'cause you're scared now. Oh. She's been dwindling down, thought a flame went out. Now I'm waiting for combustion, this bomb to kapow. That will bring her right back into. I hear screaming, please hurry and bring me the water, I'm burning alive. There's nothing I can do. This fire's burning you, baby. I pray God's not hard to find. Hold on to me, baby. Say, I'm scared now, 'cause you're scared now. Oh. I close my eyes for one moment. Suddenly she's gone out to cause harm to her body with the fuel it takes. I left her smoldering, trusting that she was unable, numbed and stable, to burn herself down. And all I have is all I fear I need. And all that's left is all that she has thieved. And all there is all that will not heal. 'Cause only scars are all that's left that's real. This fire's burning you, baby. I pray God's not hard to find. Hold on to me, baby. Say, I'm scared now, 'cause you're scared now. Fire's burning you, baby. I pray God's not hard to find. Hold on, just hold on. I'm scared now. See, I'm scared now.
Wow. All right.
Right on.
How's your voice feeling?
It's coming back now. There you go.
Sounds great. Sounds beautiful.
Thank you.
So this new album, In the Skin, it was written over quite a period of time, or?
Yeah, most of the songs are a little bit newer, but there are a couple on there that have been playing out for a little bit of time, and kind of put them off to the side, and then it was time to do a new CD, and I thought, they actually kind of they tell a nice little story if they're included. So.
And the CD is recorded with a band?
Yes, there are a couple acoustic tracks on there, and
Who played on it?
I have Jim Wall, who was the engineer on it. He's a
Great drummer.
Amazing. And if you ever do recording, go with this guy, because he just creates the best environment and makes your songs come to life. I have Michael Barrick, bass player.
Great bass player.
Harmonies were provided by Claudia Sheevy and Becky Boyd, and it's mother and daughter. And now I'll tell you, their voices lock in like nothing I've ever heard.
Wow.
Awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
I'm on guitar.
then guitars. No keyboard?
No keyboard on this one. I had Ben Nieves. He did some electric guitar for me, and I had Kevin Johnson and Matt Miller do a little bit of string action.
Wow. All amazing musicians playing Diana's music. The next song is Waiting, Wanting.
Yes, and you were showing the download card earlier. This is actually the download that we're giving away when you go on the website.
Free download. Get it on DianaPlaysGuitar.com.
That's right. We're all
That's
down
it.
for the
I'm about that.
risk-free trial.
Let's hear it.
Cool.
Sounds beautiful.
Thank you. Some things never really mattered, and love never really mattered to me. But sometimes it's emotion, though it makes you give in too carelessly. Now that the night is over, lying here all alone, no. This terrible hurt you gave me makes me want to know, how many lives do you own? Your fingertips touch the side of my skin, all on my chest, leaving an imprint in my breast. Oh, I didn't think you'd reach me so deep. You're touching my heart, giving me innocence out of me. How many parties do you hold? How many lives, oh no, do you hold? Oh yes, I am wanting, I'm waiting on love. Oh yes, I am wanting, I'm waiting. Lying in the sheets of sin and regret, all of this awfulness I wish I could somehow forget. Yeah, but oh, even though I sit and I cry, only the terribleness is all that's ever revived. How many bodies do you hold? How many lives, oh no, do you hold? Oh yes, I am wanting, I'm
awesome.
Thank you very much.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
You don't always use a capo,
Right.
right? How does that help you with your voice in different? Is
Different
that the
keys.
way you wrote it, or how did that come about?
Well, this particular one, my guitar was tuned down a whole step, and rather than retuning, I just took it up a little bit. But no, capos are cool. I know that's always a discussion with musicians. You know, real musicians don't use capos. Whatever.
Yeah.
It puts your notes in different places, and it leads to different songs.
Because I guess my question was because of the voice register, but
Right.
that really didn't have anything to do with it.
No, I put them on there and I play with them. But yeah, if you're learning a song, especially if it's a little low or a little out of there, you can change your key easily with a capo, rather than figuring out the chords. And so that works for me.
Where'd you get your capo?
Well, where else? Guitar Center.
All right, now I know this is the moment you've really been waiting for.
Right on.
All right, so you've had a cold, you've had a cough for a couple of weeks, I hear?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And I
you
outed
haven't been
myself.
eating enough vitamin C.
That's the problem.
And what?
Well, I was trying to hide it. I thought I kicked it, not getting enough
It is
vitamin C.
impossible to do. You know, the itchiness starts spreading, and you're like, then your breathing starts getting affected, and you're through.
Do you have any solutions for me
You're
here?
through. Well, vitamin C, lots of vitamin C, and you know what? I have actually been able to avoid cold. I have allergies, which is I
Yeah.
can't eat. No matter what I eat, I can't figure that out. You know what helps the allergies? But I haven't had a cold, and you're gonna laugh and you're gonna think I'm a liar, but I've not had a cold for I can't remember, maybe 3 years, 2 years.
Wow.
It's been a very long time. I had one night where I thought I had ate something bad because I was at a gig and I
Yeah.
ate some of the free food at the gig, and about that night that was the only time I've been sick in a long, long time.
This is actually a very, it's really easy to get sick right now because we had such a mild winter that our immune systems are not actually where they should be. So I thought I had avoided it, and then last week, and then the thing is, when you're a performer, once you get a cold, it's all in your throat, and there's just no way that you can't
rest
you
it.
can't kick it. Yeah, 'cause
You're playing once, twice a week, 3 times? How often?
Yeah, summertime is a little busy, so we try for 3 to 4 times a week.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we'll definitely get the gig list on the website.
Cool. Thank you.
And thank you so much again for playing here.
Thank you for
really
having
great.
me. This has been very
Great.
cool.
Make sure you get the free download, okay? And then buy the CD, because it's worth
Right.
it. You
There
saw
you
it here. You heard it here. And the Diana's great. The musicians on it are great. I can definitely back that up. You know, so I'm going to have you step right around
Yeah.
here, okay? And I got your water here for you. Put it right down there. Tonight, we have something a little bit different. In the past few nights, or a few weeks, I should say, we've done a vegetable and a fruit kind of combination. We're going to have you guys answer right there.
I should be right here.
Right here. I'm sorry, honey. Direct you good enough. My bad.
There you go.
All right, but you know, if I kind of prop the CD up right now.
I like that.
You like
Yeah.
that?
I'll hold it here.
You gotta hold it there. I don't have
Okay.
a look. Oh,
Go ahead.
iPhone. iPhone is good
does
for lots of
Vitamix
things.
need to be on there?
All right. Well, yeah, you know. There we go.
There.
All right.
Everybody's happy.
Vitamix. Get free shipping on your Vitamix. You're going to see why in a moment. One thing that you don't get to see on our show is how easy it is to clean. It is a magnificent thing, and you will appreciate this.
Yeah.
I had a juicer, and I tell this story every time. We had to dig the pulp out of this little screen thing, and you got to scrub it and spray the heck out of it. Literally, when I'm done with this, I put about this much water, hot water in it, a couple of drops of dishwashing liquid, and I run it on half power for about 45 seconds, and then you wash it out and clean it after that. We use this a lot. This thing is getting battle worn. I'm gonna have to buy a new one pretty soon. So we're gonna start off also the lovely, beautiful lid that just pops on off. This is one of their new things. You like that? Try
I
it.
do.
You try
I like it. I want to.
All right. We have blueberries. We have strawberries, pineapple, and we're gonna start off with a little orange juice base. I do not have oranges tonight, so we're using juice. All right. Juice to make juice. All right. We have some cups over here. I think we had some cups over here. I got them.
Oh, yeah, I got him. You got him.
I got it. Okay. Last night, my daughter and I made some frozen pineapple,
Yeah.
and it was too frozen. Oh my God, it was like going to battle. with the frozen fruit. I'm not kidding. Put that in there. Have you ever done any juicing or?
Yeah, we do. I get all kinds of fruit recipes. But you were talking about kale earlier. There's a very cool recipe with spinach and kale, lemon, grapefruit, getting it all in there.
Juice it?
Yeah, you juice it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have some lemons at home
It's
and
an
I've been
acquired
wondering how to
taste.
use them.
Acquired
awesome.
taste, but yeah, totally.
Very cool.
You do the fruit ones mostly, or you like vegetable
I
ones?
do a lot of vegetable. Yeah,
ones,
this
yeah.
is like a dessert, you know. This is
Right.
like I do these in the morning, and I do them at night, you know. And it's natural sugar, so it's not like it keeps me awake at night, like
Right.
you know when I used to munch out on candy bars or whatever, and I weighed 50 pounds heavier. All right. So we'll start it off on a little low power. We'll gradually raise the speed, and we have our. As we increase the speed, we'll push this down a little bit.
Yeah, pineapple, there you go.
It's amazing how fast, and most of this stuff was, I just took it out of the freezer an hour ago.
Is it on high power, or is this only medium?
Not yet. Oh, you want high power? I got high power. Like a milkshake. And go back down a little bit. Bring that down a little bit. Last night, and when it's frozen, it has this ice cream-like texture.
Right on.
Okay. Literally last night, my daughter made it, and I was like, at first I'm like, what are you doing? And because it was so soft, when I held it up and went like this,
Yeah.
it wouldn't even come out.
Really?
It was just like, because it was frozen and
just like
solid
a-
in there.
like a-
And but this is just really a great way to eat food. You know, I don't eat all raw food. I'm not vegetarian.
Right.
And I'm not vegan. I did cut back, you know, the meat and cheese and milk a lot. You
right.
know, but and I think that's what's helped me lose a lot of weight. But this is just heavenly.
Wow, that's like the perfect little
Look at
mix there,
that.
too.
That is it right there.
And it's all fruit, so you have no ice cream, yogurt, anything like that.
Oh no,
All
we didn't
entirely
put
fruit.
anything else in there. Now I do make a lot of them with soy milk.
So that's good.
I'm a soy milk fanatic, and I recently, last week or week before last on the show with Tommy, we used almond milk.
Ah, yeah.
Almond milk, and
Tried
it was the almond milk with vanilla flavored almond
Yeah, like
milk.
put a little vanilla
I
in there, just
think.
makes it
So give it a taste. Here you
for
go.
sure. Cheers.
All right. Cheers to you. All right. Thank you once
To being
again.
healthy.
Look for Diana. Check out her shows coming up. And yes, that's my line. Cleveland.
Go ahead, do it.
Be healthy, Cleveland. Thanks again for joining us. Have a taste. What you think? You got to tell them what you think before we sign off.
Very nice. That's amazing.
Get your Vitamix shipped for free. Click on the raw food link on healthycleveland.com. Also, you can check out past videos. Have a great night.